how real is that type of story in those series like Vikings?
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. They are real and hand-poked.
Hand-poked?
Yeah.
I think I've watched the first episode and then some random episodes in season 3.
Okay.
And that's all I can handle.
Hello from the Oslo Central Station as we are approaching our next adventure right now. We are going to take the night train to Bergen, and therefore we are getting out into a small village, a small Viking village. We are really looking forward to do that, so I hope you will like it, I hope you will enjoy it, and it's going to be a very great adventure. Okay, as expected, we have to wait outside. We still have like 20 minutes. I think that's my German side, to be very on point, or even before that time, to be next to the gate or next to the railway. So we still got like 20 minutes to wait over here. What I really want to tell you is this village that we are visiting, it's one of the last villages that they still got about the Viking history. So as I was doing my researches, I was wondering why the Norwegians has so less, or so you barely find any informations about some ancient Viking history over here, and I was like really confused. They got like only 2 museums in the capital city Oslo over here. Then they got like 2 other villages where they act like how the Vikings would live back then, and one of them we are going to visit. And therefore, like I said, I'm going to take the night train. It's going to be like 7 hours of a ride, so overnight I can sleep a little bit. I hope I can get some sleep, and probably like tomorrow in the evening or tomorrow in the morning we will see how the village looks like. And check this out, guys, as we are entering the train. Our seat number is the number 44, so we have to check out where our seat number is. Something like here. Exactly here. Alright, thank you. Okay guys, as the train is moving right now, I think now it's the best time to explore the train. And we are heading towards the board restaurant in order to check out what you can get over there. We have a menu with some meals over here. It reminds me of the Deutsche Bahn, but a little bit of a better choice here. Those are the type of sleeping cabins you can see here, in case you're tired traveling with the night train right now, just like me. Just close the curtains and relax. Seems like no one wants to sleep over here, or later on maybe there are people coming over, but right now really looking empty right here. Only one is booked already. All the other ones remain free. We are now getting to what it seems like the private section. People can have a private room over here, just renting everything, having even a special key card, it looks like, where they can have their own privacy. Hello, sir. Is there anything special in front of me?
Not really.
I just want to explore the train over here.
Yeah, go for it. So
Okay.
sleeping compartments and the plus cars.
These are the sleeping apartments over here, like the private section, right?
Yeah.
Okay, looks
Right.
great.
Enjoy.
Thank you. And also the stuff is way friendlier than you would have stuff in Germany, Deutsche Bahn. Please take a lesson how they are treating their guests over here, you know? Very, very friendly, very polite. Now, I think we are entering the plus section. We have to be a little bit quiet. really seems special over here. They even have way more space than plebs like me, and I have to be a little bit quiet over here. People are already sleeping, but yeah, really looks comfy over here. In case you got the money for it, book yourself just like this, just a seat like this, and enjoy your night train. As I think I enter the captain's place. We can not see through, but I hope he has a good ride, and we are going to proceed back to our seat. Okay guys, seems like I'm the only one which is leaving this train here. I'm so fucking tired. It's right in the middle. We got like 5 AM right now, and I don't know where I have to go right now. I don't have a single clue, because it's still minus 10 degrees outside, and I need to seek some shelter and yeah, get some more sleep, to be honest. Actually, this is not our destination. Our next destination will be a so-called city called Gudvangen. But right now we are waiting for the bus. Our bus is leaving at 10 AM, so we got like 5 more hours to wait for the bus. And that's for me a sign to explore this small city called Voss, our transit city here. For me it seems like a pretty normal city. You got this typical type of architecture. You can see on the left, it's a hotel, Scandic hotel. Probably around, I don't know, 10,000 people maximum were living here. Still having these lights giving me some Christmas vibes, to be honest. So you got the jazz club of the city. You also, yeah, got, to be honest, nothing besides cold weather and yeah, just a small Christmas vibe. Let's explore the card over here. It says, "Here are you now." Over there. Seems like there is a shore somewhere here. Let's figure out the shore. I really want to see how the sea looks like. Okay, so like I said, it's really calm right now. You can barely see anything. Just a small hut. Oh, wow. Check this out, guys. You cannot see it right now, but seems like the lake is frozen. We got a small cafeteria over here. So it seems like it's closed, but really looks good right now. We have a beautiful skyline which you probably cannot see right now in this camera. Alright, as everything seems very calm right now, I will take this opportunity to have a little rest. So we are going to look for a shelter right now, maybe a hotel or something where we can just hang around like a couple hours in order to get some sleep, some rest, and also probably to be fit later on when we are entering the Viking village, one of the last right now which is existing in the world. We're going to this beautiful Scandic hotel right now here in Voss and asking politely if we can just have a small rest in the lobby. Seems really great, to be honest. Looks very good, and who knows, you just have to ask. Sometimes it can happen like that we are just sitting there in the lobby for a couple of hours having a rest. I think they're going to understand it, as it's so cold right now, and we don't have a season right now, because mostly in the northern parts here the season starts in summer, so that's not even the season right now. I think there's barely anyone in the hotel, to be honest, or very less people. This door is closed. Please use the door at the reception, it says over here. Okay, let's see. Okay, honestly, I cannot find the reception right now. We are entering the central station once again. Actually, well, let's try the other hotel, I would say, right? Cannot find that right now. Maybe it's the back of the hotel here. Let's try the other hotel. Okay, so this seems like the lobby, but doesn't really seem like there's a lobby. Now ask this guy. Good evening, sir. May I ask you something? Yeah. I'm actually a tourist passing by this city because I want to go to the Viking village right now, but the next bus is going at 10 o'clock. And is there a possible for me just to hang around in the lobby like for a couple hours to get a little bit warm, you know?
No problem. Over there.
Over there? Okay, thanks. That's very kind of you. Yeah. So luckily the receptionist lets me get inside, and I'm just sitting here waiting a little bit, you know, maybe get a rest a little bit before we catch our next bus at 10 a.m. Yeah, seems like a very nice hotel, to be honest. Has a Scandinavian look over here. Even some nice couches. And you can check that out. Really nice furnitures. Wow, you guys have to check this out. Really, really great view here. I don't know what's going on, but you can see this old Scandinavian art. So wow, seems like this is the bar over there. Beautiful. And as the guys give me my tea, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just showing around a little bit. Thank you. You can just put it here. I think I'm showing the guys here a little bit the wine. Oh, I think Earl Grey is fine. Thank you very much. Just thank you for the tea. That's very great. Like I said, I'm showing a little bit the wine over here. Guys, you really have to visit this place here. It looks great. Iconic for the wine trading. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy my tea right now. Luckily, the guy offered me tea or coffee for free. Like I said, it's what a crazy experience. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. It's still very friendly, and that's, like I said, it's just the Scandinavian way to treat people, like very friendly, and never seen it in some other countries before. What was your name again?
Sigleif.
Sigleif. Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Anton. Nice to meet you. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's called the Park Hotel in Gudvangen, in case you wonder. So actually, we're going to sit down and just have a tea right now, and then maybe catch a little bit of sleep, a little bit, you know, since I rarely slept in the train. It was so shaky and it was so crowded, you know. And yeah. Okay guys, so I've been hanging around like for a couple hours now in this hotel, and as the sun is going up, we finally can see how the nature outside here in the middle of Norway looks like in this small city called Voss. Check this out, guys. Feels like a natural habit somewhere, you know. Most likely you can just relax the view over here. You can just enjoy everything. Let's have a further walk inside. I hope it's not that deep, so we can really check out the beauty of this landscape over here. Only one more hour until the bus arrives. I just bought a ticket here, and I think now you can really see this is a lake in the summer times. Now in the winter time, the people just being inside their house. You can also see the landscape over here. This is what we got over here. No problem, bro. Okay, so as I was waiting for the bus right now, a random group of Japanese people has been spawned, so Basically, we are a big group right now. I'm not even sure why so many people are spawning right now, but yeah. I'm glad that the bus finally arrived and we are now going to start. And to be honest, the bus really looks modern. Like everything here in Scandinavia, it's a little bit more modern than in Germany. But we don't want to compare so much. We already know that Scandinavia is way more developed than Germany. Okay, as we are finally arriving right now. So, apparently we will cross the bridge over here and we are going to the main part of this Viking village. Check out this bridge over here. Amazing. For me it looks like a long landscape somewhere in a movie, you know, somewhere like a scene in Star Wars or in Avatar. It's truly amazing here outside. The Viking Valley, it says. Not really sure if already working. Really seems like they are still having their winter break so far. Okay, so you can visit the Viking coffee over here. Seems like everyone is very sleepy right now. Really seems like I'm the only visitor right now. It's better for me, you know, because there's one thing that I hate the most, and that's a fully crowded place with tourists, you know. So right now I'm feeling fine with that. It seems like I'm the only one. Oh wow. Hello. Yeah.
I love the Minnesota Viking hat.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my friends. Seems like I'm the only visitor today in my village.
Oh, but that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
you a VIP tour for the price of a
Really?
regular ticket. Yeah, yeah.
Damn,
Nobody
okay.
else shows up. You just
Would
have to
love
come
to
in
have
the door.
that. But first things first, I need to go to the toilet. Where is the toilet
You're
actually?
not going to film that, are you?
No.
Just kidding.
Or YouTube will demonetize my videos, you know? Damn, I like the vibe inside here. Yeah.
Straight there.
Thank you very much. Now that I'm done, let me quickly have a small drink or something to get into shape and energy. Do you have a Viking coffee for me, maybe?
No, we don't have Viking coffee, but coffee there.
Just normal coffee. Okay, that's fine. Can I actually just like take a coffee?
Just choose what kind of coffee you want.
Okay, so I don't have to pay something for the coffee?
You need to pay, yeah?
Oh, okay, okay. And what does a tea or a coffee cost around?
Sorry?
What does a coffee or a tea cost around?
Here it's
How much?
45.
45
Yeah?
for a tea and a coffee, or a coffee. Ooh, okay. Well, then I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'll get a later on. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hey. So,
Question.
could you quickly explain me what can I do today at this beautiful place here?
Well, the most important thing is you can kill stuff.
I can't kill stuff.
No, you can kill stuff.
Oh, I can
You
kill
can
stuff.
kill stuff.
Oh,
We have axes
goddamn.
and we have archery for you as well. So you can shoot them with a bow and arrow, and you can also kill them with an axe. That's great. But we also
Okay.
have a guided tour. It's a 45-minute guided tour, and it's
Yep.
included in your ticket. Right now, you are the first one in the village because it's off season, so you have pretty much the whole village
Love
to
it.
yourself. Which is awesome. Yeah,
Worth
and
it.
we have snow for you. There's usually not this much snow on the ground at this time of year.
Okay.
There's about 20 buildings that we've recreated as best as we can while still making
Wow.
it allowed for people to live in them. So we have smoke alarms. For example,
Nice.
there's a blacksmith in there. The chieftain hall is open. That's the big green building. You can go inside. It's
Okay.
just closed. And about 4 or 5 Vikings in there. But the Vikings that are in there are all guides.
Ah,
No
okay.
volunteers this time around. So you have an option. If you're getting a ticket now, you can either take a short tour with Runa, which would have started at 11, Or you can do killing things first for about 45 minutes and then take a tour with Carl wherever he went at 12 o'clock.
Okay, got it.
And then you get the full 45-minute tour.
Okay, right now, I'm thinking about, okay, what type of ticket do I have to get to just normally visit? Everything is the same.
It's the same either way. So once you're in, it's all included.
Yeah, okay. So
you don't have to take the tour if you don't want to, but I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll take it for sure. But like I said, I just want to have the first entry, right? So would like to have one entrance ticket, and then let me check about the tours. Okay, guys. So we are about to start the tour, and the lady just told me that I am like the only one sitting there right now, and I'm the only one in the village right now, she told me, and I'm going to have the full VIP experience. What a lovely adventure to be on it. It was, right now for me, it's fully worth it, you know, because there is one thing that I really hate, and that's when a place is overcrowded. So in a couple minutes they will start with a tour with a guide. Runa is the name, and he will quickly show me around the village, and also later on the lady on the counter would say I can kill some things. Okay, very, very, very. Let's figure it out. Very, very strange, but let's see. Okay, guys, so let's start our trip. Wow. Where should I start, actually? I dived in a small village somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Norway in order to figure out how life was actually back then. First station is what seems like a small construction. You can see really some fur over here. I hope all the animal activists won't cancel me right now. See, that really feels like real fur. I wonder which type of fur that is actually. We have these old buildings here, as you can see, where basically the people, or how the people used to live. Actually, it really looks fancy. So I wonder if the Vikings back then was really living that fancy. As we see the first civilization over there, I'm going to approach slowly in order to not get attacked by them. Hey there! Hello! Hello! How are you guys? Wow! What a nice adventure. What are you guys actually doing there? What are Vikings doing in winter during this time?
Now we're just sitting by the fire and trying to keep the heat up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Keeping the heat up.
You can do the same if you want.
Yeah, let's...
Hi.
Hey there. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you. What are your names?
I'm Carl.
Carl? Nice to meet you, Carl.
Fjalla.
Yeah.
Fjalla, hello. Nice to meet you.
That's Runa.
Runa?
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Louisa.
Luisa?
Yeah.
Luisa. Okay, nice to meet you. My name is Anton. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, and normally Viking made clothes in the winter and
They make clothes in the winter.
make weapons.
Yeah?
You maintain.
Yeah, we have a guy down there in the smithy as well.
Ah, okay. Nice. I think in the winter time things are a little bit easier in the Viking village, just like that, right? So they used to just preparing for I heard that in the summer they used to do all this big robberies and things like that, and in the winter time they are just like trying
When
to
it's
survive and
safer
everything.
to travel over the oceans.
Okay,
in
yeah,
the summer.
of course, because I used to watch a lot of Vikings, you know. So, what would you rate, like, how real is that type of story in those series like Vikings? Louisa's already laughing.
Well, I would go and raid things. I would probably look for smaller targets than I usually do in that series.
Yeah,
So
not like Paris and London and...
if you do, you bring a lot of people.
Yeah.
The raid on Paris was 120 ships and about 5,000 men.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that, even for this time, this isn't a super big army.
Yeah.
But it comes surprisingly, and it shows up in the middle of France because they use the rivers.
Okay.
So the French army is doing whatever the French army does, and somewhere else. so they have no way of dealing with it.
Yes.
And it doesn't help the French that they are also involved in a civil war at the time, so they are busy fighting themselves.
Got it.
When the Vikings all of a sudden siege their capital. The Great Viking Army in England, we don't know how big it was.
Yeah.
Probably not that big.
Okay.
But because they are basically using the resources that the English army would normally need to have the logistics to fight them,
Yeah.
you can't do that without food. And when the Vikings already have surprisingly stolen all your food, it's kind of hard to fight them.
Yeah.
But a typical Viking raid would be ships, a little bit bigger than that one.
Yeah.
So 30 to 40 men on each ship.
Yeah.
And 1 to 3 ships attacking either an isolated monastery or a few villages
Yes.
in one area.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then as soon as you have enough, you look for things with high value to weight ratio, like silver and slaves.
Yeah.
And as soon as you have enough, you either go somewhere you can sell it, so Cordoba in what's today Spain, or Dublin in what's today Ireland, or you just go back home with it.
Okay.
And then you are back home in time for harvesting season, and then you can sit in the winter and tell stories about your great deeds in the monastery.
Actually, did you watch all the episodes for you, like as a real for you as a job?
It's not a part of my job, but I have
Part of a hobby.
If I want to criticize them, I have to watch them first.
Okay,
And
sure.
it's a lot to criticize.
I think I have watched the first episode and then some random episodes in season 3.
Okay.
And that's all I can handle. Their equipment is mostly all wrong, and the way they are using it is also nuts.
For example?
The point of a shield is to protect you from incoming attacks.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be a counterweight every time you want to swing your sword around like a maniac. So if you're fighting with a sword and a shield,
Yeah.
you keep the shield in front of you at all times,
Yeah.
and then you kind of open it up to attack.
Got it. Okay.
You never do this.
And they were using it like sometimes to like just to throw a hit with it, right?
Yes, you can do that. There is ways of using a shield aggressively that actually works.
Yeah.
But what you see in the movie only works if the other guy is also following the script.
Got it.
And normally he wouldn't be. And another thing with these things is that they are very light and very fast.
Yeah.
So you never actually need to do this.
Swing like this, right?
You do this.
But
And you achieve
would
the
the
same
Vikings use swords like this, because it seems like they are more using axes, right?
They come later. There is debate on whether they existed at all in the Viking Age.
Right.
But the Viking battle axe would be like this.
Yeah.
You can feel the weight of it.
Okay, it's very light, to be honest. Like, would it be the real weight of a like to fight?
Yeah.
A weapon of a fight? It's
Because,
to be honest, it really feels really light. There you
yeah,
go.
it needs to be quick.
Yeah.
If it is an enormously heavy lump of metal at the
Yeah.
end of this, then you hit with a lot of force.
Yeah.
But every time you hit, you have to get your axe back to keep
Exactly.
fighting. And you will be killed 6 or 7 times while you are
Yeah.
trying to do that.
Because you cannot defend yourself in this process, right? If you already swung, right? What do you recommend me, Runa, as a true guy? We can try out the archery. Actually, my aim is not that good, I think, but we can try that out for sure. Ooh, okay. Looks like a big bow.
So we have to stand inside here
To stand inside there.
if you want to shoot. So first of all, you hold the bow with your left hand.
With my left hand, got it like this.
And then put an arrow on the left side.
Okay, get one. Okay.
And the string has to be in the end of the arrow. And if you turn these 2 same color feathers towards the bow.
The colors towards the bow.
Yeah. And then you hold the string like this with the tip of your fingers, 2 or 3 fingers.
2 or 3 fingers, just like this.
Yeah, and hold the string. Yeah, because it's the string you're pulling back.
I'm pulling the string back. Okay, not the feather.
No.
Okay.
And then you have to hold with the finger under the arrow.
Yeah.
Under the arrow.
Under the arrow, just
Yeah.
like this.
Just like that.
Okay.
And then stand with the feet facing that way.
That way, like this way.
And straight arm towards the target.
Yeah.
And pull your right arm all the way back to your face. Pull more. Come on, more.
More. Okay, like
Come
this.
on. Yeah, that's good. Perfect.
And then just let it go.
Let go of the string.
Okay.
Nice.
Actually, a bit too high, but
Yeah.
now that I
But
get
you
the
should-
motion,
Yeah. Then
it's
continue.
great. Okay, now I get it. Why I always was wondering, like, why can they be so poison, or like how can it be so threatening, right?
Yeah, the arrows is the most effective weapon on
Yeah.
the battlefield.
Okay.
Because you can shoot 50 arrows.
50 arrows, yeah. And if you do it like very quickly, right? They're
Yeah.
just like having it like just like this.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me have another one. I want to hit the yellow point there.
Let go of the string.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, it's getting better.
It is better.
Wow, feels good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let me have one more try.
Yeah,
I want
of
to hit
course.
exactly the yellow
Yeah.
point over there.
It's not easy, but
It's not easy,
try.
right? But I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
So that was the killing part. The lady on the reception told me, wasn't it?
Yeah. We don't kill the really
Okay.
things. But
I was very curious, you know.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
bit high.
A little bit lower down. Like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
Can I try once?
Yeah,
again?
of course you can shoot as much
I'm
as you
really
like.
competitive when it comes to that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, I get the motion right now.
Yeah.
But is there like a special trick how I aim so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really get the point that I want to have?
No, that's
Because I was like really looking
Yeah.
into this yellow.
Yeah, that's about the practice.
The practice.
Yeah, you have to shoot a lot
I have to shoot a lot.
to be able to hit the target properly.
Okay. Is there like a special motion for my arms or something?
No.
Do I have to like
No.
90 degrees?
No.
No.
You just practice. That's
Just
all.
practice.
You have to aim at the tip and
Yeah.
the back of the arrow at the same time in the target.
Okay. At the target. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got it.
Then you
Okay.
have to lift it very high, you know.
Okay.
Then it makes you a bit weaker.
Okay. It's like this.
And pull further back.
Further back.
Mash forward. Come on. There you
Whoa.
go. There you go. Let go.
Woo!
that's
Okay.
better.
It's getting better. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like it.
And it was one of the most efficient way back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If, especially if you imagine you want to kill 50 people with a sword.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work. And you
course.
have to have this 50 people around you.
Yeah.
If you kill 50 people with a bow and arrow, you
Yeah.
just have to stand there in
Stand
background
there
and-
and in the background, yeah.
Yeah.
And just like swing like that, right? Or just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Okay, that sounds really great. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
But
Let's
of course, in the battle, you always have to have people in the front.
sure, like the strong one,
Yeah.
the heavy guys, right?
Yeah.
Are there more activities actually that we can later on do? Axe throwing. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. Shall we try it? Let's go. I love this VIP experience so far. Imagine lining up for all those beautiful activities, you know? Wow. So, we are going to do some axe throwing right now. With... What was your name again? Sorry?
Carl.
Carl. With Carl.
So the basic idea here is that you hold the axe far down the shaft like this.
Yeah.
And if you stand about here, you should have the right distance. And then you throw with your arm, not with your wrist. So big
Okay.
motion like this.
Ooh, okay.
So you throw with your arm like this.
Yeah. Over the head, right? Over my head.
My distance is off. When it lands sharp first, that means that you're too close.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to go back a little bit.
There you go. Great. Wow. Okay. Let's try this out. Okay, let me aim. And then I just throw it just like this. But a little bit higher, right?
Yeah. And try going half a step closer.
Half a step closer. Okay, I'll try it once again. I'm just afraid I'm breaking all the stuff here, you know?
Yeah, now we are used to that.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. There you go. That was a bit too rough, wasn't it? So, me as a really competitive guy, I'm trying to succeed this challenge, but felt better a little bit. Let's go. Getting closer.
Yeah.
We are getting closer here.
Yeah, there you are.
There you go. Okay. Seems like we cheated a little bit, but I'm fine with that actually. Practice in order to become a real Viking.
Well, the Vikings probably just did that for fun anyway.
And they were practicing a little bit longer than me, I think. Right, so
Probably. But the only people we know of who threw axes in battle are the Franks.
The Franks?
350, 400 years before
Yeah.
the Viking Age.
Okay, got it.
That's the big green building. Our chieftain is in there.
Okay.
And he can probably talk to you a little bit about board games
Sure.
and whole life
Yeah.
in the Viking Age.
Great. So, I will enter this green building here. Let's see what we got inside here. Hello, can I enter? Hello, sir. Wow. Really looks dark here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, really seems like a very special place here, like a
Well,
spiritual
this is
place.
the home of the chieftain.
The how it's called? The chieftain?
Yeah.
The chief of the Viking
Yeah.
village? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Nice to meet you, sir. Are you the chief here?
Yes.
Really nice to meet you. My name is Anton. I'm far away from a country in the Roman Empire. Germany it's called.
Okay.
From Bavaria, like this Roman Empire. I'm a visitor here today. I'm trying to figure out how you Vikings live here. Me as a Roman, I don't really know much about the Vikings.
Okay.
Yes. So,
So, what do you want to know?
yeah, actually, how long is this village over here existing, or like, what would I
I have
say?
been living here for 29 years soon.
Wow, 29 years. And did you had several battles yet? Did you cross the ocean
I have been to England,
to
Germany,
England? Wow.
Sweden and Denmark, of course.
And what did you got there? What did you saw there?
Well, in England I found my wife.
Ah, great. So a Anglo-Saxon wife.
Yes.
Wow, lovely.
My father was married to a lady from America.
From America. What is America, sir?
Oh, it's far west.
Far away. But I heard that you guys also have visited America once, right? In the history it says it was back then, I think, in the
About
year
1,000 years ago.
about 1,000 years ago. Wow, great. Okay. Ancient place in Roman Empire, in the southern Roman Empire, called Bavaria.
Bavaria,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I moved to Prussia. You know what Prussia is?
Yeah.
In the capital of Prussia, Berlin. I moved to Berlin, the capital of Prussia. And now I'm visiting this Viking village over here because I want to know how the Northmen are living and what we can improve in our empire, actually.
Yeah. I have a friend, he's Prussian prince, actually.
The Prussian prince?
Yeah, well, he's
Wow.
one of them.
Okay, that's great. How did you get to know him?
I work together with him.
Ah, you work together
He
with him.
makes jewelry.
Jewelry, okay, that's...
The one I have on.
Wow.
And,
Really?
1 second.
Wow.
Yeah, like. And my hammer.
Wow. Did you made it on your own?
No, my friend made it.
Your friend made it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's this is hollow.
Hollow?
So
What
it's-
is hollow?
It's handmade. It's nothing inside it.
Wow.
It's not that heavy.
Okay.
It's
great.
All the pieces are made individually and put together.
Really beautiful.
So this is it's a Swedish.
And also the tattoos, they are actually real? Real
Yes.
Viking tattoos?
they are real
Wow.
and hand poked.
Hand poked?
Yeah.
Wow. So mine are more like in the southern way, but
Yeah.
that's how the northern way looks
And
like.
it's-
Wow.
I have them. It goes
Crazy.
even on my
actually.
legs.
Okay, actually very, very crazy. There you can see the sheriff outside of his hut. Maybe the chieftain. I'm sorry, the chieftain. Outside of the hut.
We are looking for.
We are looking over the
Looking
forge.
for the missing fork.
What a missing forge. As you can see, this village here is very supportive. Even the chieftain goes for this type of issues and want to see all these things. Seems like this is the place where the Vikings are forging their weapons. This is how it looks inside. Stunning. This is where all the weapons are prepared before they are heading into the war.
It's a bit dark.
Yeah, and now there is actually missing some light, so the forger cannot do his work, cannot forge more armor in order to prepare the next post-robbery. I would like to improve my axe throwing skills. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
First try was good, but we need to improve in case I get challenged by someone one day, to be prepared for that. Okay, let's give it one more try.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, try that.
Then I have to throw it a little bit higher, right?
Yeah, throw at the target.
Okay. I know that I'm throwing over my head and my wrist is not moving.
No, that's good.
Okay. It's only my elbow. Oh, okay. It's getting near.
Yeah.
More force and to the target.
Straight at the target.
Straight at the target.
There you go.
Let's go. That was very great. You're a good teacher.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Wow. Okay. So I already visit the chieftain's house, right? I already visit the forge. Right now he has some issues.
Yeah.
He cannot forge any weapons for your upcoming robbery.
No.
I did some arrow shooting. I already threw some axes.
Yeah.
What type of activities can we do right now?
And now it's the guy, the tour is starting.
The tour is starting with you, Runa. So I'm.
It's with Carl now.
Oh, with Carl now.
So you can go up.
I can join Carl now. Okay.
And now try to imagine the same thing happening right here in Gudvangen. A farmer has 3 sons. The oldest one inherits his farm. The other 2 pick up axes and... No, that's not happening. I'm not trying to make a farm up there. But I hear Ireland is pretty flat. And England is pretty flat. Obviously, there already lives people there. But I don't really think that's going to be an issue. That you could say was their motive. That was the reason they wanted to travel out. This was in many ways the secret behind the success of the Vikings.
Alright guys, so I am now finished with the small visit of the Viking village, and I have to say it was totally worth the long travel from the capital Oslo here to a place called Gudvangen, and I can really say that I am very, very happy with this type of experience. It was totally funny, it was totally fine. You got to see how the people would live back then. They opened up with many cliches about those Viking movies, those Viking series, that most of them are a little bit, I would say, overacted, but I think it's part of the game, part of the entertainment section to just like to overreact those type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it was totally worth it. I can really recommend you to visit this village here, maybe on better times, better temperatures, because like I said, right now I'm freezing my ass off. I didn't sleep well, I didn't eat much, but for me at the end of the day it was totally worth it, I have to say. So I'm going to wrap this episode up. I hope you liked it, yeah, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. It helps me a lot to just honor my work that I'm doing right now for my world trip. Like I already said, I'm doing a world trip for 1 year. Hopefully I can do it longer than just 1 year, so you guys are really helping me out by just giving me some good feedback on that. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.